Hey guys, just to let you know, this video is sponsored by Keeping Depot. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you around the high-tech ants large modular nests. I have been reviewing this product and this range for about 6 months, could even be longer. And I'm at a point now where I'm happy to put out the review. My reviews have changed a little bit, so there will be 2 types of reviews now on my channel. There will be the quick look or the quick reviews, and that will be essentially first opinions, first impressions and information from the website, where this type of video now is where I've done long-term testing, and this is what I would class as a review, but everything you're hearing is still my opinions. So let's get straight into it. This set comprises of nests, hydration bars, which are also used as connectors, and different ports, and that's about it. It has quite a lot of accessories, but a pretty simple setup. So this is a hydration bar, and to connect a hydration bar to a nest, you just simply slot in these magnetic pieces into the side where you want to connect your bar. Then you just line them both up and the magnets will take care of the rest. Now you use one of these to either connect to another nest or to just add moisture to that side of the nest. So the H on the blanking plate will stand for hydration, which means that fits a hydration bar. And there's a simple nest that you can see. Now, as you've noticed, we've got open sides. That's because you can expand the nest in 4 directions, or in this case 3, because this is actually an entrance modular nest. So there's 2 types. There's an entrance one, which you can expand in 3 directions and has all the connections to the outworld, and then you have a normal modular nest which can expand in all 4 directions and has no entrance areas. These are the entrance areas I referred to, where they have accessories, blanking plates, different tube sizes, and even risers. So an entrance module nest will be 3 expansion sides and 2 connection ports, and a normal nest will have no connection ports and 4 blank sides for you to customize. So in this particular demonstration, I'm setting up exactly what I did with my meat ants, where I set up an L with the hydration bars. So like I said, you just simply slot these rectangular pieces in, and they got some quite strong magnets, and that's not an understatement, they are quite strong. And once that's in, you can just take a hydration blanking plate, and there you go. That is a sealed, complete nest ready to use. And this is actually the exact setup I started with when I first got my review sample. But say your ants are fast growing like mine, and they filled this modular nest up. What do we do? Okay, well basically, decide which way you want to expand and take off the blanking plate. Then bring in another nest. This time we don't need a nest with entrances, so I've gone with the 4-sided expandable. I insert some more magnetic connectors or rectangles, and there we go. I decide which edges to blank and which edges to add humidity to. You could have this set up in any way you liked. You could have all 3 sides on this expansion hydrated, but the original one not hydrated. Or if you've got a species that likes it dry, you could have 1 bar. Maybe just the middle connection bar. Remember, the hydration bars are also how you connect other nests to each other. So you're always going to need a hydration bar in between the nests. So maybe you could get away with just that. Also, with the hydration bars, they have 3 magnetic points that hold down the acrylic. These are quite small pieces, so if you're worried about maybe somebody swallowing them or losing them, there is a screwed down version. Both versions are super easy to swap out the sponge for new sponge, and they also offer plaster inserts you just drop in and put the acrylic back. Also, you can even get a humidity sensor. Take the sponge out and the humidity sensor sits into the slot. And this is essentially what I was sent originally, but I really thought they were onto something here, so I went back to them and said, hey, make it stackable, because I base my ants in shelves. I can't go sideways forever, but I've got a lot of wasted height. Make it stackable. Can you do that? I think this is dying to be stackable. And then the owner went away, and about a week later he introduced the modular nest stacking set, which is a set of 4 arms, 4 blanking plates, and a connection module between levels. And this is where the product really ticked my boxes, because I'm not interested as much, because of my space limitations, in going sideways. I want to go up 3, maybe 4 levels to fill my entire space, but then I can have a massive outworld and the space of 1 nest with 3 on top of it. So to go up, you've got to have your hydration bars both opposite each other. Now you can use more hydration bars than you need, but to go up, the minimum requirement is 2 hydration bars and the kit, and obviously another nest. But that is it. Now obviously you won't want a connection unit unless you want to have the ants coming from your outworld into the 2nd floor. Obviously this is all up to you. But once you've put in your 4 risers or legs, you are pretty much ready to bring in the nest. Now these nests actually come with screw holes as well. Now I didn't use them in this demonstration, but if you did use them, it would mean you could pick the whole stack up from any of the nests. The middle of the pack, the top of the pack, any, and the other nests wouldn't just fall off. It becomes one solid unit when it's screwed together. That's really important. Say you grab the middle nest and lift, the bottom one won't fall off if you use the screws. And you can see the screw holes here. So if the nest is above another nest, you use the bottom screw hole. If your nest is the bottom nest, you use the top screw hole. And if you expand on top of to a 3rd nest, you use both screw holes. Pretty simple, pretty legit. Now this is exactly how I'm going to use it and why I picked it for my meat ants. Because they will grow and grow and grow, and I need a nest to do the exact same with me. And that's where this nest comes in. When I first got it for a review, I was like, if this stacked, it would be fantastic for my situation. And I'm sure other people would find a stackable nest useful. So yeah, the screws go in, and we can just like expand, you know. Say we've got more put through now because we've got 2 nests, so we put a larger gauge of tube in. More ants can travel through it. Or say like I want to put a heat cable in, or a mat, or something like that. I could use various parts of the nest, and we can add some riser feet. These are all available separately, but it means all you have to do is take away your red acrylic. Now remember, this isn't screwed together, right? Just watch. None of the parts fall off. It is pretty robust, and this isn't even screwed together. It's a bit of a tank when it is screwed together. And here we go. Here's some 4 magnetic feet. And they go into these feet holes. And in future, it's not actually currently out yet, the feet holes on a nest that is above another nest will have cable clips. So you can hold cables up to your raised nests. Either way, this is the base unit and there we go. It's raised. But for it to match the outworld now, we have this little piece. There's a nice little leveling port. So basically it takes our raised position and lowers it down in line for the outworld connections, and then we can put any connector we like on that. And there is no real limitation to how high you can go. I bet once you go up to like 6 or something that you might have to start worrying about stability, but if you were, it's a bit like if you get a tall piece of furniture, they come with a wall anchor for the top to stop them toppling over. I bet if you secured it, or it had something to lean on, you could probably go right to the roof with these things. And I did give it a thorough shake through. So I've had my unit for quite a long time, and these are very busy, active ants that have put the nest through the paces, and they've done all sorts to it, and it's not let me down. It can't be all upsides. So here's a few things that I dislike about the unit. Just in my opinion, my ants were able to really dirty most of their sponges, so I had to use the quick swap out feature a few times. They did this because the mesh on the inside is at ground level and hasn't got a little lip. So when the ants put the smallest amounts of temporary rubbish there, it is drawn through into the sponge. But as the sponge is super replaceable, it's something that you can live with. But these units are always getting better, and if anything, it was the hydration bar that I'm actually talking about, and they can change at any point. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you in my next one. Thanks a lot.